So recently I was sent the Aoocci C6 Pro. Yeah, I know, kind of a weird name, but this is an Apple CarPlay / Android Auto navigation system for your motorcycle. It's IP67 rated, has a bunch of different features that the competitors don't offer, and it's actually a really neat system that's at an affordable price. So if you're in the market for a navigation system for your bike, this video is for you. Before I get started, I wanted to reiterate this was sent to me for purpose of review. I'm under no obligation other than to make the video. If you're interested in this, please use my link and discount code to purchase the unit for yourself. My code gets you an extra 22% off the unit, making this one of the best bang for the buck options out there. The Aoocci C6 Pro is a CarPlay screen designed to fit pretty much any motorcycle. It comes with everything needed to get up and running on your bike. In the box, you'll find the unit itself, the optional hood for the screen, 2 cameras to be used for front and rear on your bike, a pair of tire pressure sensors, a handlebar mounted remote to control key features, wiring to make it all work, and mounting hardware to mount everything to your bike. The unit also came with an SD card, so I was able to record footage right out of the box from the cameras. Mounting the unit to your bike is pretty straightforward, which is good, because the included instructions are lacking detail. The wires are well marked so you know what plugs into where. The connectors thread together nicely to help keep water out of the harness. The cameras are fairly easy to install and adjust. They have marks on top of them, so you'll set them up right the first try. One thing I should mention is there's no power switch for the unit. You cannot wire this directly to your bike, or at least you should not. You want this wired so it only comes on when you turn on the bike. This is likely common sense, but I want to mention it. On the main screen, you have access to your camera system, as well as your tire pressure and even tire temperature. You can also change your settings and set your limits so the system will warn you when your tires are either too low or overinflated. The screen itself is vibrant and easy to read. It measures in at just over 6 inches and will fit nicely on a lot of different bikes. It responds pretty well to touch, even when you're wearing gloves. The mount for the screen is a ram mount ball style system. The hardware used to put it all together is a security style star bit, which makes it harder for people to walk off with your screen. There are a few different base mounts to fit a variety of install situations. This system does not connect directly to any speaker systems or helmet audio. If you're using such system, that will have to stay connected directly to your phone. But with this, you're still able to control your audio and features through the head unit. The cameras in the system are 1080p, and you can set them up on a record loop for use like a dash cam. The video quality is good for situations when proof of something is needed, but these will not replace a motovlog setup. The footage does not have any stabilization, but again, it works well when needed. There is also a built-in microphone which could be helpful. One feature I think they could have tapped more into is the fact that this has its own built-in GPS. Unfortunately, there's no native maps program on the unit. If you want navigation, you're still relying on your phone for map service. The GPS is used in conjunction with the camera system, allowing you to display your speed and GPS coordinates. So recently I used this thing on the annual spring flood run. The day turned out to be about a 400-mile day, and it was nice having a system like this for when I was on my way home. I found some cool new roads, and this thing kept me going and keeping time when it was getting dark out. The system itself is actually pretty nice. I'll be frank with you, this is the second system like this I've gotten to review. The first one I haven't used since the review. This one I actually do see myself using. And I think it's probably a good one for you to look into if you're looking at such system. It has more features than what I'm gonna probably use. I installed the cameras and stuff like that just so I can review them and tell you what I thought of them. But for me, I'll probably just use it as an Apple CarPlay screen. It's nice being able to mess with my music on the screen and not have to touch the head unit that I have on my helmet. It's also nice because in this bike, I put my phone inside the bag. I have the wires routed right through here, so it's a nice, simple, easy setup. And I can charge my phone, still have all my maps, still have full control of my music. And honestly, having the other features like battery or like tire pressure monitoring and stuff like that is really nice. Besides having the Apple CarPlay feature, the other thing that I thought was pretty handy is the tire pressure monitoring system. It's kind of nice to see where my tires were at throughout the day, so I knew if maybe I picked up something. I've been very lucky so far, knock on wood somewhere, but I haven't had a flat with this bike at all. This is a tube tire system, so most likely if I do get a flat, I'll know pretty quick. But having that peace of mind, being able to check the tire pressure at any time is pretty cool. There's one thing that does kind of, I wish they would improve on. I wish they could make the screen so it's brighter. In the sunlight, the hood helps in certain scenarios, but not most of the time. When the sun's directly on this thing, it is kind of hard to see. And to go along with that, I do wish that this actually had a light sensitivity deal. I can see there's a sensor right here on the screen, and I assumed that it had an automatic dimming mode. I don't think that it does, and I wish that it would do that, because at nighttime, when I was coming back from the flood run, as an example, this thing was kind of bright, and I really, I didn't want it while I was driving to go through and try to dim the screen down. So if the screen could go brighter, then the brightest setting would be awesome. And then also if it had an automatic dimming feature, kind of a little nitpicky, but it would be kind of nice. As far as the touch sensitivity, so I just got back from a ride to just get a couple extra shots since I lost a lot of my footage yesterday. I was wearing a different set of gloves today, and they're actually a set of gloves that I've had for quite a while. They're well worn in, but it was a lot better with those gloves on there. Now, it wasn't perfect, but it was a heck of a lot better than it was with my Icon gloves that I bought that are actually new this year. So I don't know if it has something to do with just because the gloves are older, but I do know that the touch point on the older set of gloves is a much wider and more contour to my finger, where the Icon gloves, where I'm touching, it's more pointy, if that makes sense. So touch sensitivity that I was complaining about earlier might not be fully the screen's fault, or even the CarPlay one that I checked out earlier. So I'll give that more of a pass here. But the pros to this thing, I mean, really, it's nice having something like this along, especially if you're going to find some new roads, or if you're ending up riding in a new area that you haven't been to before. It's nice to have something at the touch of your fingertips to just find your way home if you needed to, especially if you're trying to keep a timeline. The fact that I have a nice system like this for playing my music, because when I ride, I do have music going, even though if it's a 3/4 helmet that I'm wearing or a full face helmet, I got audio on both of those lids. So I like being able to control it through here. And the other features that are really nice. I mean, the camera thing is pretty neat. It's more of a novelty to me. Normally when I'm riding, especially nowadays, it seems like I'm recording as it is, but it's a nice thing for some people. I'm sure you can see the benefit there. The tire pressure monitoring sensors and all that, that's kind of a neat thing to have too. But overall, for the money, if you're looking for a system like this, I think the Aoocci is a really good system, and I think it's definitely something to look at. And one other thing that I should touch on, just because I do these types of reviews as well, is if you have an ATV or a side-by-side, and you know, those machines are pretty expensive, and if you want to add a system like this to your side-by-side, being that this is a ball mount style system, I'm sure you could easily mount this into your ride. And if you have an audio system, you can still connect your phone to that, but this can work as a CarPlay system in your side-by-side, and it would be a really cool way to add some tech to your side-by-side. And then with the camera system in this guy, if you're doing some off-roading and you want to be able to mount those cameras in a spot so you can see where your wheels are going or anything like that, I mean, it's a really neat deal for that too. And since it has a camera set up for a reverse camera, now you can mount those cameras wherever you want, but you could use that as a reverse camera as well for your side-by-side. So a really neat feature, and a really kind of another use for these if you're also an ATV or UTVer. So anyway, let me know what you guys think of this. Is this something you want to add to your ride? Is this something that interests you? Again, if you're looking to buy one, please use my discount code below and use the link that I have provided as well. It does help the channel, but it also helps you by saving you a little bit of money. So as always, don't forget to enjoy the ride, and I look forward to seeing you guys in a future video. We'll see ya.